Woolen pitched yet another shutout against the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well on Thursday. We got a game tonight. We got a stream with the Hawks Nest shortly after. Come on by around 8 p.m. Pacific. Me and him will be talking about the Dolphins game a little bit. And we'll go into this Lions game on Monday night. But before we get there, got some stuff to go into with the Seattle Seahawks and their pass coverage. We've got the numbers. Although I'm going to have to preface everything in this video with a disclaimer. I think that PFR is having some problems right now with this pass coverage data. It's all over the place. The numbers they have don't make sense. And I had to fill in some gaps and fill in some blanks and do some of my own math here because I think they're having some issues right now. And PFR, if you're watching this video, please try to sort that out by next week because I don't want to have to go to PFF for these numbers, but they're like, just as an example, Tyrell Dodson, who's the first guy we're going to talk about in this video anyway, I think this week they gave him 3 targets and 6 completions allowed, which I think most of you know is impossible. Like, that can't happen. That's literally not something that can be done. That's like trying to imagine a square with less than 4 sides. Like, that can't happen. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if maybe they're adjusting for mistakes made in previous games, but I had to kind of come up with my own numbers a little bit to fill in what just plain didn't make any sense. So Tyrell Dodson, as near as I can tell, got targeted quite a bit in this game because Miami had to target the linebackers a lot because they didn't have a real quarterback. And he did give up quite a few completions for a good chunk of yards. I think it ended up being like 28. But it was on a lot of targets, so it's not like it was any kind of a problem. A lot of it was yak. A lot of it was like short little passes that go for a little bit of a run afterwards. Overall, he's still having a really good year in coverage, 67 QB rating against, if my numbers are right. And I'm not sure if they are. And if PFR adjusts to account for the more accurate numbers, or if they clarify what's going on, then I'll adjust. But Dodson is having a really good year in coverage to my eye. Jerome Baker, by the way, didn't play in this game. That's why we skipped over him. Knight did get targeted a few times in this game, gave up some stuff. 4 targets, 4 completions. I think 30 yards, not terrible. It's not a big problem, but we're cutting him. But that's mostly because we're cutting him slack because he is a rookie. Objectively speaking, it's rough. QB rating allowed of 109.5. That's not what you want. But I'm cutting him slack. He's a rookie. He'll get better. And again, he's going to be the guy that people pick on because he is the rookie. He's not an all-pro caliber cover player. So he's going to get picked on. It is what it is. Edge rushers, there was really nothing to report this week. Nwosu's not playing. Mafe, nothing new. Hall, was this from this week? Let me check here real quick. Yes, okay. So he allowed 1 completion for 1 yard. 79.2 QB rating, not that that means anything. And I think that was it. I think that's it for the edge rushers. They didn't throw at the edge rushers that much, and our edge rushers are mostly doing edge rushing. So not a lot of coverage opportunities. So there you go. That's it for the edge rushers, and that's it for the linebacker as a collective. Cornerback, though. Cornerback. This is where, I mean, look, you're not playing a real quarterback, but you are playing some real wide receivers, right? You've got Tyreek Hill, you've got Eric Waddle. And again, you've also got this, how should I put this? Buggy and questionable PFR data. Near as I can tell, though, Witherspoon, according to PFR, got targeted a couple times in this game and gave up like 2 completions for, it was something like 18 yards. The edit history is not going to help us very, okay, it was 22 yards, excuse me. But again, I think PFR is having issues right now. PFF, if you go to PFF, they will tell you that Witherspoon actually gave up like 6 completions in this game. And I don't think he did. But I also think that PFR is probably underselling it a little bit when they said he only allowed like 2. And all of it was yak. I feel like some stuff just didn't get filled in properly. So I'll adjust the Witherspoon numbers when we actually get ones that I think are more accurate. I don't want to have to switch over to PFF methodology because I don't like their coverage methodology as much. But PFR needs to figure out what's going on here because I'm pretty sure this is not accurate. Although for this game, it might be accurate because Miami had to throw everything around the line of scrimmage. Reek Woolen, though. Reek Woolen, I think that they got it right here. He was targeted twice, no completions allowed. It's his second game this year where he didn't allow any completions. He allowed 2 against New England, and he's basically pitching a perfect game so far this year. Shutout might not even be doing it justice. So he's killing it. Awesome stuff from Woolen, playing basically perfect football out there. At least as a cover player. I understand that, there's a little bit of run support or tackling stuff you can talk about if you really want to. But as a cover player, he's basically perfect right now. So Trey Brown got targeted 3 times in this game. I think it was 2 completions. Yes, it was. For a decent chunk of yards. Really the biggest chunk of yards we allowed other than Tyrese Knight. 34 yards. Almost all air yards. So he's the one guy who got beat a little bit downfield. 80.3 PFF grade. I am more than happy to live with that. More than happy to live with that. When Witherspoon and Woolen are basically completely shutting it down, you're going to give up a little something. Pritchett got his first couple of targets in the NFL, 1 completion on 2 targets, but the completion that he allowed was a big one. 95.8 PFF grade off that. QB rating off of that. His PFF grade was actually really rough because he did allow a 30-yard completion, but, excuse me, you're not going to stop a team from ever completing a pass in the NFL. That's not how the current game works, even when you're playing a joke quarterback. And that's it for the cornerbacks. Nothing else to report there. Safeties, again, some of these numbers might be off. I had to fill in the gaps on my own based on my own heuristics. And it's possible that they'll update on their own in the next couple of days, and they're just running a little behind this week. But they had Julian Love get targeted twice, and he allowed 2 completions for not a heck of a lot of yards. Yeah, it was just like 21 yards, I think. So, pretty normal day for Julian Love. He does get beat a little bit here and there, but overall, it's a lot better than what we saw last year when he was getting beat, giving up yards at a rate that no other safety in the league was allowing, and very few corners were. It's night and day. So, still really good numbers for Julian Love. Again, hopefully by this time next week, we actually have numbers that I think are a little more reflective of things in the database, not just me making assumptions. Rayshon Jenkins actually got targeted a lot in this game, but he allowed very little. 6 targets, grand total of 4 completions, and the yardage they gave him was for 38. So 38 yards on 6 targets. I am not going to be upset about that. And again, I want to stress, when your cornerbacks, outside corners, are not really giving up anything, your safeties are going to give up some stuff because somebody's got to give up something. So Rayshon does his job. Not a stellar game or anything like that. QB rating allowed up to 83.9, but doing his thing, doing good work. I think he's good so far this year. I'm not sure if I want to extend him after this year or anything like that, but he's playing well enough to where I would not mind keeping him around for a little while longer. And nothing for Kayvon Wallace. He did play a little bit, but he didn't get targeted. Kobe Bryant did not get targeted. So, not really anything else to say. That's about it. Slow and uneventful pass coverage Thursday, which is what happens when you play Tim Boyle and Skylar Thompson at quarterback. Should be a different challenge this week, though. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. See you guys later. Please like this video. Sub to the channel if you're new. Click the bell for notifications. Become a channel member for $2 a month. See you guys soon.